Week 9 review. Sitting here with really the face of our league. I mean, maybe not for the years, but I mean, a pillar, Mount Rushmore. Our commissioner, the one and only Ira Messier. I'm really excited about this. Ira, how are you?
Yeah, I'm here. That's how I define my fantasy experience this year.
Yeah, I'm here. I mean, I can't really say much. Normally, I'm sitting right now in the driver's seat, and I'm like, guys, I'm different. Like, normally, I'm like in the Justin seat, but for me right now, I am quite
You're
atrocious.
in the Ira seat. You're sitting here. Could have been, should have been, would have been, if the right things happen.
Yeah, and I normally go through this, so I'm just going to get into this really quickly. Speaking of what could have been and should have been, I lose by 4 to Joe. Patrick Mahomes has a terrible week. I mean, Cordero Patterson's really the only person on his team and Graham Gano. Those are the players. Like, Graham Gano, out of our whole game, Graham Gano was the 5th highest scorer. Are you kidding me? That's disgusting. All I need is for Khalil Herbert to go out there and get me 5 points. Can't do it. CeeDee Lamb needs to get me more than 2.3. What are we doing?
Are we not going to talk about the fact that your quarterback only had 12 points, Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah,
absolute loser.
Jacoby Biscuit only had 12.9 points. Like, what are we doing here? This team was an absolute travesty this week. I was like, oh man, I'm going to get Tua. Nope. Last minute out.
See,
I'm going to get Devontae Parker last minute out. And it's like, this
you benched your guy. That's the problem. Why is AP sitting on the bench?
I know.
Keenan? You know better.
I know better. That's why I deserve this loss.
Yeah, you deserve this. This is on you, 100%.
This is on me 100. I deserve losing because of the fact that I didn't play the Godems. I traded for him too. I traded Tony Pollard straight up. I knew better. Like, I should have just played him over Herbert. That was my bad. He had McNichols. It could have been who's better, McNichols or AP, and AP won. But that's on me. So instead of being 4-5, being in a very not comfortable, but definitely in a killer's seat where I'm looking up, I have to go undefeated for the rest of the season to make the playoffs. Going to you. I mean, Joe's team also. Let me talk about Joe's team real quick. Joe and I made a trade, so Joe now has not CeeDee Lamb. Joe now has Tom Brady, and Joe now has DK Metcalf instead of Patrick Mahomes, and he doesn't have David Montgomery. Moving forward, Joe should be fine. His team's going to be a boom or bust team again, like it has been all season long. But this week was a weird week. Moving on to you. How'd you feel about your matchup this week?
How did I feel going in? Going in, I knew I was going to lose. I could feel it. I was like, we need to win this game. We're not going to win this game. I sat there on Thursday evening. I tinkered. I fucked up. I benched Carson Wentz. Yeah. Last second, I was like, you know what? I have a feeling about Derek Carr against the Giants. He sucked. He's a loser. Mm-hmm. I hate him. He's not on my team anymore. He's gone for that. I felt pretty good. I had 2 of the top 7 defenses in fantasy, and they both combined for 1 point, so it didn't matter who I played.
It didn't.
Cortland Sutton, he had 1 catch for 9 whole yards, in a game where the Broncos destroyed the Cowboys. That's another thing. I had to watch my team get decimated.
Yeah, this wasn't a good weekend for you at all.
I didn't even watch the player I needed to decimate the Cowboys, because that player was sitting on my bench, Melvin Gordon. Cole Beasley, 8 catches, but he only had 33 yards. He had a Cole Beasley game.
And if I could just interject here real quick.
Oh, go for it.
You lost in such an Ira fashion. Like, one of benching the people, because obviously you play Carson Wentz and you play Melvin Gordon instead of Derek Carr and Boston Scott.
No matter
You're
what.
still going to lose. But you know what the conversation would be right now instead of I just tinkered? It would have been I got trounced by James Conner, who put up a 35-piece because if James Conner does his regular
season.
I know. Our whole entire league is full of like, this has been maybe the most movement in our league maybe not even via trades all, but like releasing players, picking them up because we need something for that week. Like Timmy's team right now has James Conner, who you had, Myles Gaskin, who I had, Dak Prescott, who I had, Michael Pittman, who I had. Like this whole,
I had Michael Pittman before you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you dropped him, then I picked him up, and then I had moved him, and then Timmy picked him up, and then Michael Pittman, since Timmy's picked him up, has been very good. Javonte Williams, I had at one point from Austin. Like everybody's team has like caressed players. Like you can't really look at teams and be like, oh man, he had no one on other teams. It's really weird.
What sucks about my team when you look at it, if I had kept James Conner at the start of the season and just not gotten rid of him, we're looking at a different season. I didn't trust his touchdown or bust. I didn't. And then he became more than that. So like now I'm just regrets.
Yeah, no,
Michael Pittman, same thing. He wasn't getting touchdowns. Now he's getting touchdowns. Like,
and he's getting yards too. He's getting ball thrown to him now that Carson Wentz is a human. Like this year has been so weird in the sense of, like, there's just been so many players moving around, and like the teams that we all drafted, if we would have kept those teams, I feel like Timmy would have been a better team, I believe, if we would have kept his team. Joe DeZazzo, I believe, would have been better too. Like, there's just a bunch of people who would have been better if they kept their team, but it's fantasy, so we instantly move off of people. And our win, like us winning this week, would have been huge because on to the next game, Joey beats Camden by 1. So that means Camden's fallen to 5-4. Joey's now 3-6. That was a 90-89 game. Timmy scoring $116 this week was like him scoring like 190 because no one could score this week. But weird week. Literally,
we're gonna talk about the fact that Joey had 2 zeros and a 0.3 out of some of his players.
Okay. So take out Lamar and take out Nick Chubb, which won him the week. Zeke 9.6, Amari 3.7, Adam Thielen 6.6, Zach Ertz 2.7, Colts defense and Greg Zuerlein 0, and Chase Edmonds 0.3. So that's a combined 12, 18,
that's
20,
23.3
21.
23.3 points.
23.3 points. And then Nick Chubb gets 28 and Lamar Jackson gets 39, and that's the only reason he wins. And then Camden on the other end, bye week hell with Mike Evans, Antonio Gibson, Terry McLaurin, and Leonard Fournette. So he has to play Slavon Ahmed. Thinks he's going to do something.
I don't even know who that is, dude.
If you're playing someone
I'm pretty sure there's better options in free agency.
What?
Pretty sure there was better players out there for him to play too.
Yeah, there definitely was. But anyone named Slavon, whose highest point total this year was 5.2, touched the ball 9 times.
It's Salvin.
Salvin, whatever the hell he wants to be called, he's now known as Slavon because it's
God.
Oh God, I feel bad for Camden because now he's dropped to 5-4. This league is a mess. It's Justin, and then everybody else is within 2 games. So really, it's anybody's game to get into those spots.
No, it's not over for us. As much as I like to look at it and be like, no, our season's done, it's not over for me, you, and Joey, because I was looking at it. If everything happens as I want it to happen this week, there's a situation where Justin's 10-0, and the rest of the league is 5-5 or 4-6. That could happen this week.
Which is wild. Justin's in a class. Okay, because actually that's great segues.
No, and it's possible too. That's the worst part.
It is.
Because Justin plays Timmy, and that's a matchup he can win. And then the rest of the games are actually like pretty close.
Yeah. Like, the thing that's going to suck for Justin this week is that Chase, Mixon, and Burrow are all in a bye, but it's still with Jonathan Taylor, who's playing the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. You got Justin Jefferson, who's playing the Chargers this week. Like, he's got... Like, I don't need to run through these teams. We all know who's on everybody's team at this point. But, like, he has also Pat Freiermuth, I think that's how I pronounce his name. Anyways, he's been playing well. But Justin obviously has the capability, the class of our league, just chilling with the best record. Oh, by the way, he played Jared. Shouts out to Jared. Hung out with Jared this weekend, randomly enough, everybody. He's doing well. He wants to say hello to everybody. He's doing well.
That's good.
Yeah, he's randomly in Tampa on an assignment
I was worried about Jared.
Okay, well, anyone who was worried about Jared, Jared got to sit there and see me win $1,200 sports betting. So,
our resident out-of-towner.
Resident out-of-towner is a human being alive and well. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good for him.
Yeah, I know. He's doing good. Looking good. Jared looking good. Anyways, his team, on the other hand, has not been looking good lately. So, Tyreek Hill has become...
He did what Tyreek does.
Tyreek Hill has taken the reek out of his name because he's no longer wreaking havoc. So he's just Ty Hill. Like, he doesn't get the reek.
Better yet, he took everything else out of his name and he is just reek.
He is just
stinks.
I was gonna say he is reeking or he's Ty Hill, whatever you want to like to use for your analogy, but he is not good right now. He has had 3 big weeks, which makes him the 3rd highest point total in fantasy. Well, he's had like 2 huge weeks and then 2 solid weeks, and that's it. The Chiefs are in such a weird spot. Oh yeah, also he was sitting here. We had to put his faith in Trevor Simeon this week. Trevor,
who actually did well.
He actually played well. Like we were sitting here just like he had to put.
Like if you had Trevor, you win.
I know. It's crazy to think. If I have Trevor Simeon, I win. But I had to do things last minute, and Jacob.
If Camden had Trevor Simeon, he wins.
Yeah.
Maybe more people should have trusted Trevor.
I guess there's firm belief that OBJ will sign with the Saints. Nice. He's going back home. Trevor, you've got a new weapon. So then there's Christian McCaffrey, obviously, Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook, who has been weirdly MIA this year for what he is. Like, his best game's 20 points, but for Dalvin, 140 yards and a touchdown's not crazy. It's not crazy.
They had a good game this week.
What?
Good game.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah.
That's,
that's fine. I was going to say he's playing against a terrible run defense. He should go off this week. But then last game was Austin and Tyler. Tyler's team, Tyler plays Matt Ryan. He wins this going away. But obviously, if you look at it too, if you put in Devontae Smith for A.J. Brown, which who in the hell would ever do that? Like, those are the things that is hard. Like, but yeah, Tyler, if he plays Matt Ryan instead of Tyrod, he blows the doors open. And instead of being 5-4, he's sitting at 6-3. But now we have a mess of a league. So
it's good. I want a mess. I need it.
No, that's what exactly. Every team that's 3-6. When I said 2 weeks ago that you lose, you're done. This is the only scenario that came out. This is the only scenario that could have came out to make that not true. And you know what? It happened because all of us are now games back. Like going into this week, I play Jared. He's 4-5. I'm 3-6. I beat Jared this week. We're both 4-6. You're playing Camden this week. You win.
I beat him. He's 5-5, and I'm 4-6.
Yeah, you're 4-6. Joe and Austin play this week. If Joe beats Austin, which he's projected to be in a real close game right now, that game's gonna be real interesting. They're both at 5-5. Justin beats Timmy, which he's not projected to right now. Timmy's projected to blow him out, but I don't think Justin's made all of his arrangements. I don't know. Anyways, he beats Timmy. Timmy's 4-6. Even if Timmy wins, it's only 5-5. And then if Joey could beat Tyler, he's 4-6. Tyler's 5-5, and we have a scrap heap of a season. This season will actually be one of the most interesting because at that point everyone's with, as you said a little bit ago, everyone's within a game, and then Justin's just the class. So I hope that happens for our sake because I obviously want to make the playoffs. Ira, if you can win this week, Ira, things are looking up.
I'm telling you, there's bright days ahead. Like, if I don't win, if I get eliminated this week, fine. I'm not getting last place. My team has talent. It's just all injured, all of it. I even like guys who go down. Like, I just got Clyde Edwards-Helaire from Austin. Like, we just made a trade. Traded D-Hop for Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, that's actually not
with
bad.
With D-Hop being pretty boom or bust, I mean, it's not the worst.
It isn't, and I was gonna say,
and he's been kind of injured.
Keenan Allen had 10 points last week, so honestly, with your team at full strength, you're really not looking terrible. You've got Russell Wilson or Carson Wentz, whoever, Chris Carson, Melvin Gordon. Then you got Cortland Sutton, Keenan. Oh yeah. Oh shit! I forgot you had Saquon. So it'd be Chris Carson, Saquon, Cortland Sutton, Keenan Allen, Dalton Schultz, Melvin Gordon, the Saints defense, and Justin Tucker, or the Cowboys defense.
You're still forgetting, like, if they're all healthy, you have Miles Sanders, Melvin Gordon, or Clyde Edwards-Helaire for the flex.
Like, there's options there. You got options.
There's so much talent on that roster. They're just not healthy, and it's been a bad year. It's been a bad year. That's all I got.
I get it. I get, like, for the first time in a long time, I get it. Like, I can look at my team and say, I had Tom Brady, but now I have Patrick Mahomes. Okay, we know what Patrick Mahomes is. He hasn't been that, but we know what he should be, and he could turn into that at some point.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
And then you got...
I don't get the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't get them either. I really don't get them at all. And then I've got now David Montgomery. I need a win this week. But afterwards, it'll be David Montgomery, Elijah Mitchell, Antonio Brown, CeeDee Lamb, George Kittle, then either Claypool, Michael Carter, and Adrian Peterson, Mike Williams, or if Calvin Ridley gets out of his own head, hope the best for mental health. We get it. I understand what mental health is like, so hope the best. But please come back, because I would love to throw you in at the flex there with whatever defense I play the week, and then Nick Folk. Like, we do that, we're chilling.
No, you know what? No, I'm not making excuses for Calvin Ridley. That guy's getting paid millions of dollars just to play football. I don't care what's going on. If I have mental health issues at work, you know what I do? I plow through it and I have a beer at the end of the day. That dude should be playing. Unbelievable. Unacceptable. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Obviously, mental health's important, but like
I know what you're meaning. You're not trying to.
That dude has to work for literally like 3 months.
I was gonna say,
3 months he has to play football.
I know what you're saying. You're not trying to kill his mental
I'm not
health.
trying to slight his issues. They're there. They're real. But, like, come on, man.
Yeah, I get it. So,
he's God.
Yeah, I'm going to say. So, really, I don't even know how to rank fully this week. I'm going to put... We're 10-9, in my opinion. Whatever order you want to put.
Oh, we absolutely are.
We're 10-9. If you want to be 10, you can be 10. If I want to be 10, I'll be 10.
I'll take 10. I deserve 10. I had 60 points this week. I deserve 10.
Okay, I was going to say you're 10. I would say that I'm 9. I mean, I only dropped 71. I would have to say, record-wise, I'm going to have to do it. I would have to say Joey is 8, even though Joey's in a weird spot. Like, I could almost put Joe at 8. And then Joey at 7.
Because Joey could be 5 or 8. Anyone like in between there could be anywhere from like 4 to 8. Like it's so like hit or miss. Every team is good. Even our teams are not bad. Like there's talent on our rosters. It's just it all comes down to injury luck.
Yeah,
injury luck, bye week luck. Like it's kind of just all about luck right now.
I'm probably right now. I'm going to put regardless Joey's coming off a bigger win because Joe beat me barely. So you 10, I'll go. Me 9, Joe 8, Joey 7. So that's where we're chilling. 6. I'm going to drop Jared to 6. Why? Because Jared's team has been injury riddled and inconsistent. So Jared's at.
Hasn't he gone from 4-1 to 4-5?
Yeah, no, he's literally because he has obviously Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, Kyler Murray, Deebo Samuel, Tyreek Hill. Those 5 haven't played together at all this season because 1, he's acquired them from trades, and 2, they just haven't been hurt. So he's just fallen. So Jared, for who after week 1, you looked at his roster and you're like, what holes are there? Has now got and he has Rob Gronkowski at tight end. Like, he's just injured. Like, that's it. He has the team, he's just injured. But he's dropping to 6. 5. 5. You know what? I'm going to do it. Tyler, you're dropping down to 5. I've got Tyler at 5. Why? Because Tyler's team is still boom or bust, and the team is still doing way more busting and not on people's faces than is booming. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help it. So Tyler's team is really good too. But Darren Waller hasn't been what he is. Stephon Diggs, even though he's really good, hasn't been what he's supposed to be. His best receiver has been Marquise Brown. Obviously, Aaron Jones and Austin Eckler are good. Aaron Rodgers, whatever's going on with him. But then the flex, Jalen Waddle up and down, or Zach Moss up and down, or Tyler Lockett. So Tyler's 5. Timmy's 4. Timmy has played his way from being the worst team to the 4th best team in our league. So... and if he gets a win this week, he could probably flirt with being up to 3. His team's actually pretty deep. The one thing with him that's going to be his running backs. Like, looking at his roster, DeAndre Swift, he's trying to upgrade. I know he's been trying to trade for David Montgomery from me, but James Conner for sure can now be a staple. It's, do you trust DeAndre Swift or Javonte Williams? Essentially is what his team comes down to. So then that would be 3. I've got Camden. A really wild week. So 3, I've got Camden. He has fallen back a little bit because of the inconsistency at his wide receivers. Terry McLaurin, it can be inconsistent because the Washington football team, you don't deserve to be consistent with a name like that. Like, I don't care. Robert Woods, obviously. Robert Woods has been a little up and down just because he's playing alongside Cooper Kupp. Alvin Kamara has been...
That's always Robert Woods.
Yeah, it is Robert Woods too. Alvin Kamara has been pretty good all games. Like, he's been very, very consistent. He's the 5th best, but he hasn't been, like, in-your-face phenomenal. If we're in a PPR league, he'd be even better because he gets so many damn receptions. But I got Camden at 3. Austin's played his way into the 2 spot because Austin's roster is deep, and Austin's roster is very, very good. Obviously, with Najee Harris, Darrell Henderson, Damian Harris, A.J. Brown, Deontay Johnson. Like, he has players. And
he also just picked up D-Hop.
Has Julio Jones for when, if Julio... Obviously, it's Julio Jones, so he has the possibility of coming alive again. We don't really know. Devontae Smith is a boom or bust kind of guy. So, like, he's got enough pieces, and with Noah Fant and T.J. Hawkinson, he'd be 2. And then 1, obviously, it's Justin. It's Justin. Like,
I could pretty much pencil in Justin as number 1 the whole rest of the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, really, it's a fight between who's 2-10 for the rest of the season. Like, Justin could lose 4 games in a row, and he would probably still be my number 1. So, like, he's just pencil him in for the number 1.
Justin could lose the remainder of the games, and he would probably still be number 1.
Yeah, he'd be the number 1 seed, I think. I think he'd
probably still be the number 1 seed at 9 and whatever.
He'd be 9-5.
9-5.
He'd be 9-5, and for him to be overtaken as the 1 seed, Austin, Tyler, or Camden would have to win out.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening. So, I mean, obviously crazier things could happen, but Justin's leading in points right now. Obviously the best record. He's division winner, so Justin's already looking like he wants to recoup some money. He goes and wins it all. Man, oh man, we're going to be paying Justin some big bucks.
It's on a different level this year.
Yeah,
Justin came to play this year. We weren't ready for it.
I wasn't.
In fact, we scoffed at his team on draft day.
We weren't ready for it. Like, I can tell you right now, we weren't ready. We weren't ready because he wasn't one of the best teams to start. Like, We looked after week 1. You were the number 2 team in the ranking. Justin got a win, but Justin won 83-80. I was going to say, looking at his week 1 roster, see what's different about it. Like, it's been a really wild year, and I've actually been really excited about it.
It hurts me to look at my week 1 roster.
Yeah, it hurts me, because I wish I would have just had J.K. Dobbins, and my whole season's different. Like
Tyreek Hill plays like normal, my season's different.
Like, if we look, actually, Justin made some low-key big trades. Like, his week run roster was Joe Burrow, Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Justin Jefferson, but then he had Terry McLaurin, Mike Gesicki, Chase Edmonds, the Washington defense, and Rodrigo Blankenship. So obviously he still has Herbert and Burrow. He obviously still has Henry, Joe Mixon. Jamar Chase was on his bench, but then he ended up moving Terry McLaurin and getting Jonathan Taylor out of it. So, like, Joe, what the hell were you doing there? Like, what are you doing getting rid of... But, Well, Ira, how are you good? You good?
Oh, I'm great. Like, everything other than fantasy football is coming up aces. I'm perfect. Like, I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Life.
See, I am too.
I've got like the promotion recently. It's been nice. More money, less physical labor at my job.
Okay.
The women front's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Yep.
We don't need to go into depth on that, but it's been good. It's been good.
I was gonna say we've heard about that.
The Cowboys, other than last week, rolling, absolutely doing well. Okay with all of it. Everything's been good. Got my brand new gaming PC I'm talking to you on right now. Literally a $5,000 PC. It's outrageous. It's awesome.
Oh, you dropped $5K on it?
Oh, I did. I went all in on a gaming PC.
You know what? I can't even be mad at that. I appreciate that. I respect the grind.
It's an 8-year investment. Literally.
Yeah.
This thing, I'm making payments on, Keenan. This is not like... I'm not fucking around with this.
See, and also, if you think about it, 8 years, you divide it, that's 5,000. You divide it by 8 years, that's going to be roughly around, like, $750.
I'm not paying off in 8 years. I'm paying it off in 2 years.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, if you get an 8-year, if you get 8-year worth out of it, it's like $750 a year.
Oh, no, it's 8 years till I'll have to upgrade it. That's the great thing about a PC. You can upgrade it as you go.
Yeah, so...
Change the graphics card, things like that,
So, that's lit. That's lit,
It's pretty mint.
Man, I'm chilling, as you guys heard. One big sports betting this week. I actually...
So jealous.
Yeah, no, my line this week actually was... I had Broncos plus 10 because I was like... Cowboys coming off. Dak's going to be a little banged up. I think that it's going to stay close. And the Broncos clearly blew them out. Had the Falcons plus 6. They obviously won. I had the Patriots minus 3.5. And they obviously blew out the Panthers because they're the Panthers with Sam Timothy Gray Darnold. And then I had the Packers plus 7.5, which was literally the game that took my breath away in my life. Because I had to wait until Alan Lazard scored that last touchdown at the end of the damn game and then hope that the Chiefs didn't score again. And then I had the Chargers minus 2. And if they couldn't beat the Eagles by more than 2, I would have been upset. So, it was a good week. And we're going to be doing it next week, hoping to win another $12K. Just kidding, not $12K, it's just $1,200. It's just $1,200.
I'm still just waiting for the day where you win like a couple $1 million and you take us all to the Super Bowl one year.
Listen, I win $1 million. If I ever win $1 million for FanDuel, that draft Super Bowl there, and then the next draft is on me, and we're doing something extravagant. Like, all you guys have to do is make time. Like, you don't have to pay for a damn thing. We're just making time. Like, that's it. Also...
Keenan's whole ass gonna drop a couple $1,000 on the league that year.
I would drop like $6K on the league this year, and I would up everyone paying their fees, but I would up a bounty. I'd make it so like $1,000 for the winter. $1,000 for the winter.
Becomes Bountygate.
$1,000 for the winter.
Ira, you take out Camden this week. I'm gonna give you $1,000.
I'm gonna place a hit on Timmy's head, or place a hit on Jared's head. You kill. Actually, Jared would be the most elusive. It'd be 5,000. You guys have to figure out where he lives, where he is. Oh, goodness.
Sick.
Goodness gracious. You got any last words, Ira?
I was gonna come into this and talk about blowing it up, but the more I look at my team, the more I realize I just gotta be patient.
Yeah, see, I said that I was gonna blow it up. I did, but the one trade that I made may have not blew me up. It may have just actually made me better. So
Same.
So as I say, I got Mahomes. I hope he can return to form. David Montgomery, and I got Mike Williams. So I'm hoping to move Mike Williams and somebody, and maybe upgrade a little bit at running back if anyone's interested. Joey's been one more thing. Joey's been talking to me here and there about where to do the draft this year. He talked maybe Maine again, possibly Canton.
I like the Canton idea a lot. I was talking to him about it too.
I like the Canton idea too, and I hope that people in our league would actually be down to do it in Canton.
I also told him it doesn't have to be one of those two spots. It's like we have a whole almost year to brainstorm where we want to do this. I mean,
for sure.
If anyone has ideas, regardless of how ambitious it is, I mean, I'll hear the idea. It's not like we're gonna be no, absolutely not. We can't do that. We have time to discuss it.
Absolutely. And I don't know how convenient it is for everybody, obviously, but a cruise draft would be lit. Cruise tickets aren't even. I think Austin and Tyler maybe have both mentioned this, but a cruise draft would be lit. You get a 4-day, so we just get draft night, pretty much just party on a boat all weekend and shit. It would be phenomenal. You can get a drinking pass. You can get basically unlimited drinks. It wouldn't buffets, because I've been on one. Buffets. It's on the water for everyone who's single out there. There's women. You really couldn't ask for a better scene, especially at the time, because it's right before school and everything hits. So people are going to be there.
Listen, we're almost at the point where we're not going to have to worry about school being an issue for our league, which is exciting.
It is. That is exciting. I was going to say, I think Camden's done this year. I think really Timmy's still in school. Austin's still in school. Justin's still in school. And I think that's it.
I can't wait till you guys are all out of school.
I know. It's nice. It's nice that everyone's 21. So if we do want to go somewhere, we can go somewhere. But we have the whole country. Obviously, Florida's an option now that me and Tyler are both down here too. So Florida's an option. Canton's an option. Cruise is an option. Everywhere is an option. I don't mind dropping a few $100s to travel anywhere amongst the country. I'll go to LA. I don't care.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That would be lit. Well, Ira, it was good chatting with you. It's good to hear you. It's good for the commission and co-commission to get together on a long overdue review. So I appreciate this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, good luck to everybody. I hope who I want to lose loses. I hope that who I want to win wins. And I'll see you next week. And Ira, enjoy your PC, enjoy yourself, and relax.
Of course.
Have a good one.